So, hello guys, and welcome back to episode 6 of Vintage Story Wilderness Survival. Before we begin, I did a bit of work off camera. I went over to Hector, or near Hector, the trader, and I gathered that bit of native copper that we found in one of the first episodes, I believe. I didn't want to show it on camera. It wasn't anything interesting, so you didn't miss out on anything except for some hard labor. I also did do a bit of hunting as well, but this episode is gonna be about smithing. So, in the last episode where we left off, we had just poured the copper into these molds, and as you can see, it has cooled down now. So let's pull the anvil out of the mold. And let's remove the mold perhaps as well, and let's place the anvil down. And as you can see right there, here we go, we have a copper anvil. And we're now gonna use this anvil to do some smithing. I guess this mold we can just place there for now. And we also have these two lovely copper ingots. Oh! Holy shit. Surprise visit. Hello. Got him. Alright. I was not expecting that. I had nothing on him. Alright, so as I was saying, we have these two copper ingots. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna place them inside the forge, and we're gonna take some charcoal. And we're going to do that, apparently. I'm going to squat down, place some charcoal in. And place the ingots as well. And then just light it up. Then once the copper reaches around 1,000 degrees, we can start smithing with it. So I'm super excited for that. But while we wait for that, let me also prepare a bit more copper here. See how much we get. So the medium chunks turn into 4 nuggets, which is amazing, and this gives us 140 nuggets. So that's perfect. Alright, so while we wait here, we can, let's do 40 perhaps. That means we have enough for 2 more ingots over here. And place in a few pieces of charcoal as well. Get that cooking up. Let's take a look over here. It's almost ready. And the first thing that we are going to do... Oh, I also, by the way, made a new storage vessel for some of our stuff. Because, as I mentioned in the last episode, I was running very low on storage space, and I still am, but should be able to solve that very soon. And as you can see, right now, the ingot is hot. The first thing I want to do, I want to make a copper saw blade. We can make our very first saw. So we just pull out the hammer like this, and let's press F, and we can decide how we want to hit it. Let's start with some heavy hits here. Alright. It might not have been the wisest of choices, but then we just sort of start smacking all this copper into place here, like so. I think this is a super fun mechanic. It's super enjoyable. Bloop, bloop. Move you a bit to the left over here. And once we sort of get the saw, we can also... We're really going to be advancing up where we have a lot more options for building things like that. And we can start creating barrels if we want to create actual leather and things like that. So I believe that a saw is super duper important. we are almost done here. Get this little guy into the right place, right there. And bring one of these down a few notches. Push him over here. Alright. Now we just use the split and then we remove all the unnecessary chunks. Unfortunately that just goes to waste. There's nothing we can do about it. But that's how life is sometimes. Get these last 5 pieces. 2, 3. There we go. Now we have a copper saw blade. And one thing that I think is super exciting. So right now this copper saw blade is 1100 degrees. But listen closely. That is so satisfying. You can even see the particles when it cools down like this. There we go. Now it's more like 20 degrees Celsius. So what we can use this guy for is we can plop a stick down like so. Now we have our own saw. And I do believe I have a few logs. Yep, I have a few logs here. So let's just test it out. And there we go. Now we have our very first birch planks. And we can use these planks to, of course, create birch plank blocks. And we can also use them for many, many, many other things, such as creating barrels and a proper bed, as well as chests and shelves. And I think for now, let's make a couple of chests like so, and place one out here, and perhaps just for now I'll place one there as well. And now we should have more than plenty of inventory space. So if we check on the crucible, alright, that is done as well. Means we can get a few more of these ingots like so. And this one, it is still searing hot. So let's get it on the anvil and let's create a copper long blade head. So this is basically just a sword, and super. I think personally it's pretty effective against the drifters, and it's a good thing having sort of a better melee weapon than just the spears, because the spears are only really good for throwing at things. Then you have to retrieve them afterwards. So a good spear sword combo. It's not too bad. Let's get this guy finished up as well here. A few more hits with the hammer. You can start basically carving away the last few pieces. I do wish there was a way to sort of retrieve. Oh, there we go. To retrieve part of the metal that you just split off. I think it's kind of a shame that it just has to go to waste, but it's the way it is for now. Let's get in, enjoy some of the heat. There we go. Alright, now we have our very, very first sword. And this does, I believe, 3 HP damage, and the sword only does 2.3. And also has a lot faster attack speed, so that is perfect. I forgot to take out the coal, but that is alright for now. Alright, so one more thing I also want to do in this episode. I also want to start a little farm somewhere around here. So we can sort of just get a more stable food supply, and we don't have to worry about having to go hunt all the time, and also so we can fulfill our grain nutrition and become even more healthy than we are already. So what we're going to need, we're going to probably need a few more shovels. And let me go find a nice suitable spot here. I think actually over here. Yeah, so let's remove a few of these plants here. These catmint flowers. Remove these guys. Whoop, pick those up again. So what we can now use the planks for as well is, I believe, we can make fences. So the reason why I haven't already started making a farm is because, first of all, we're gonna need a hoe. And I haven't made a hoe yet. Luckily, we can make a hoe from flint, so that's not a big problem. But also, we need to fence off the farm to avoid bunnies eating our crops. So they actually will just go in and eat our crops. And the same thing goes for the berries, the raccoons. Once these, I believe you can hear one right now. He's attracted to all these. We have to be careful. We probably need to fence these off as well. But for now, let's focus on creating the farm. Alright, so let's get out our obsidian here and make ourselves a hoe head. And like so, we now have an obsidian hoe. And let me get my seeds, if I recall where I put them. Right, so we have different types of seeds. We have some rye seeds, a few turnip seeds, some flax, and some spelt seeds as well. We have, let's do a head count, that's 16, we have 19 seeds. Let's see if we can do, let's start off with perhaps a 5x5 and hope for a bit of expanding. Let's clear out all this grass here. I believe right here is a nice suitable spot. We have to look at the grass here and see what kind of fertility it is, because it affects the growth speed. Unfortunately, I haven't found any more fertile soil than the medium fertility, or rather I did find some terra preta somewhere, but I can't find it right now. Let's go take a quick look. It's our clay mines are right behind over here, and when I was just wandering around gathering a bit of clay, I did find some terra preta. Oh, what's that? I hope that's just a drifter. But here, this is peat. We can actually dig this peat up and use this as fuel. Let me just get another shovel. Oh, okay. Hello, guys. Where on earth did you come from? I think there's a hole right here. Let's test out the new sword. There we go. Look at that. Where'd the other guy go? Where are you at, bro? Come at me. Oh, they're coming up from the cave. Come at me, guys. I'll fight you. Alright, there we go. Yeah, you better run. Hey. Calm down, bro. There we go. And the last guy as well. Let's take him out. Alright, nice. Let's harvest these guys up. Did we get anything nice? We did not. And we also need... Oh, I'm getting so full already here. Let's do like that. And let's make a knife as well. Alright, like so. Nothing interesting there. Oh, look at this! Okay, this is perfect. We found a temporal gear And a bit of flax. Let's just throw out the grass here. Okay, so actually what we're gonna do instead, we're gonna go back here. You know, let's grab a bit more peat before we head back, and I'm gonna show you what we can do with this temporal gear. Oh, a bit more flax as well. See if we get a seed. Yep. For any more patches, there we go. Mature flax even. Plant these cadmids over here. Got the flax grains as well. See if we get even more seeds. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We're gonna need a lot of flax. Oh, hey, there we go. Wow, that was that was a pretty lucky find. So here we actually have the terra preta, which is the most, I believe it's the most fertile soil that we can get. So we can do a comparison when I get back. Oh, we can actually see. Let's get a regular piece of the peat break for now. So if we compare the medium and the terra preta, we can see that the medium fertility has a fertility of 50% when tilled, whereas the terra preta has a fertility of 80% when tilled. And I'm gonna get a bit more into detail with that in a moment. But for now, let's just gather a lot more of this. Oh, even more seeds here. I am running low on inventory space. So it seems, oh, let's pick up this onion as well. Eat these two guys. Alright. I think that was all of it for now. I don't think there's, or not for now, but I think that was all of it. I don't see any more here, so let's return home. Alright, so now that we are back at our base, I can show you this temporal gear. And what it does, we can use it, I believe we can first of all use it to repair teleporters, but we can also use it to create a returning point, or rather a respawn point, which is super great because, as you might know, the beds are not respawn points, which means that if I were to die, I would spawn all the way back in this direction. And I really don't know where exactly that is, but we were so lucky that we found a temporal gear before that happened. So what we're just gonna do is we're gonna hold right click down and just make it all shake about, and then now we've created our own respawn point right here. So if we were so unlucky as to get ambushed by a drifter or starve to death or anything like that, we'll now respawn right here inside our home. Inside our home, which is perfect. So now let's get back to some farming. Wait, actually, there's one more thing we can do with the planks. We can create our own door. I was getting a bit tired of having to place down a piece of dirt every time I wanted to shut any monsters out. So now we have a nice functioning door. So yeah, that's perfect. But let's start with some farming. Alright, so now that we have a bit more soil to work with, I think we should actually make a 3 by 5, I believe. So we get 30. It means we have 3 more to spare. I think that will be just fine. Well, let's start digging out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. I think so. It should be. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be our own nice little farm area to begin with. Hopefully we will be able to expand it further later on, but for now this will definitely make do. Let's get all of the dirt here and place in the terra preta. Alright, and now we take out the obsidian hoe, and we just right click down, right mouse button rather, and we till all of the soil. So as you can probably see, you can let's actually do a comparison here. We have a regular medium fertility soil here, and so we can see this piece of medium fertility soil has some different nutrient levels, N, P, and K, which means that which is explained by the different seeds. Let me just go get the seeds. So now I'm back. So as you can see, it's for instance, if we take a look at the turnip seeds, we can see that for turnip seeds to grow, they require nitrogen, I believe it is, N to grow. You can see that this piece of soil has 50% nitrogen, and this particular seed, the turnip seed, will then consume 30 of these percent. So it will consume 30 percentage points when it's growing. And if your soil doesn't have enough nutrients, it will gain nutrients over time, or we can fertilize it using fertilizer. But if it does not have enough nutrients, it won't be able to grow, basically. And you can see what's great about the terra preta is that it has 80% nutrient levels, which is 30 percentage points higher, which is amazing. So let's get the last bit of soil tilled here, and we will start actually planting. Alright, so with all the soil, oh, the sun is setting quickly, we will have to hurry. Okay, so before we grow anything, I want to get a bit more wood so we have enough to create a fence around our little farm so that the critters won't come throughout the night and eat all of our crops. So let me just get a bit more wood, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back with a bit more wood here. Let's start with this, and let's see, to make a wooden fence we need 4 planks and 2 sticks. Let's see here. Start off with 32. I think that should be enough. We're also going to make a fence gate as well. Let's fence up this whole area here. Alright, that leaves one spot right there for our gate, and I believe the gate is created like so. Yeah, with 4 sticks on the side and 2 planks in the middle. We'll create a nice little birch gate here throughout this. So let's get a bit of light here so you can see what's going on. I do apologize for the darkness, but let's start planting then. Let's place our turnips here, followed by, so these require N. Let's try to keep the different nutrients together as best as possible. That way we can make better crop rotations. That is a thing in this game. We do need to make crop rotations. Oh, that is a very bad sign. Gotten really, really close now. This requires K, and this guy requires P. So let's place the K the P right here, and then the K like so. Alright, so one thing we also have to keep our eyes on is the moisture level. And what we can do, either we could have placed it a bit closer to a lake, but we can also, in wilderness survival, you can't use buckets to move water and place it down as a source block, unfortunately. Which I think it's a good thing. It makes the game more challenging, and you actually need to go out and find a water source and things like that. So I have no problem with that. But what we can and will have to do instead is we will have to create a watering can. And I hope I have enough clay for this. I'm not quite sure. But what we do is we take our clay and we create a watering can mold here. So let's start doing that. Of course, we also have to fire it afterwards, but we can fill this up with water and basically just use it to water all of our crops. Because the watering, I believe, will, if the moisture is at 100, it will also increase the growth speed, and the plants will die if they get to, or they will wither rather if they get to 0% moisture. Let's see if we can do this properly. Almost. So this is a bit of a tricky one, but also pretty fun. These a bit more difficult ones rather than just doing the same pieces. Let's see, fill that in here. A few more layers. Oh, that looks like the top of the watering can. There we go. And we have a raw watering can. Let's plop that on the fire here and get that cooking up. Alright, I will see you back again in the morning. Alright, so good morning, guys. As you can see right outside the window over there, we have a wolf. And I really don't like that he is this close to our house. Fortunately, I do not have a bow as of yet, but now that we have a door in here, I think we could try to hunt him. What I do want to do, however, is actually bring this spear along as well. Let's make another spear. Let's get him off our property. Show him that we do not accept his kind around here. We also have the sword, and I still have my improvised armor. Oh, he's running. He knows what's up. He knows what's up. That's good. We better run. A few drifters over there. Well, you know what? Let's take those out. Yeah, you. See if we are lucky enough to get another temporal gear. I highly doubt it. I've only once gotten one from a drifter before, so it was a pretty lucky find, I must admit. But we will definitely take those, no doubt about that. All right, let's see where this wolf went. Well, there's a lot of cranberry bushes here. Oh, is that a? I think that might be a wolf. Let's see. Oh, it's just a boar, but oh. Let's get him anyway. Come back here! Oh, he's in the water now. He's done for, and I missed. Don't you dare lead me to the wolf right now. Oh wow! What? No! Are you kidding me? What? How did that not hit? This is why we have the sword. Oh, he's a jumpy fellow. I'm sure that he's all dead. Get the meat, the hide. all of his goodies inside. It's perfect. Let's see. Just look at this. It looks like a war zone. Let's change those out. Let's have a berry snack. So I think I have absolutely no idea where the wolf went. It basically just vanished. I hope it's not a ghost wolf. It was all white, but it ran as soon as I went out the door. And I'm sort of pleased with that, and at the same time, really, really worried. So maybe he went back to get his wolf buddies. Maybe they're looking for the puppy. But let's get back to the farm here. So I did make the watering can, and what we can do, we can right click and we just fill it up with water. And when it's not raining, as you can see, some of these need a lot more, need a bit of water already. We're at 72% moisture, so just start watering these. And the good thing about this is that when we're watering these tiles, it will also water the adjacent tiles as well. So we don't really have to be super effective in our watering. We can just sort of spray it everywhere. And sooner or later it will water all the crops. And I actually ended up... Did I use... Oh, I didn't use it all. But let's fill it back up. And... perhaps place it here for now. The rabbits can't use it to jump over. Actually, then let's place it here. Should be able to find it there. That's also makes it a bit more hidden in case of thieves in the night. Alright, so as a final thing, we have the 2 more pelts here. Let me just get rid of some of this stuff here. Get a bit more room. So we have these 2 pelts, and so let's make the final few hunters backpacks. And I was told that I could take these hand baskets and actually retrieve some of the cattails back from it. And would you look at that? Here we go. We get 5 cattails from each of these 2 baskets. That's perfect. It means we're not wasting all of the material from the beginning with creating these baskets. Well, that's perfect. So let's gather. Let me gather a few more. I believe I need 30 in total, and then let's make the last backpacks. Yeah. All right, that was the final cattail we needed. Now let's make ourselves 2 hunters backpacks, like so and like so. Let's remove this for now. So there we go. Now we have 2 more inventory slots as well, and oh, that one might not be empty actually. It was not. Let's do this. There we go. Both of these are now empty, and we can retrieve the cattails from these as well and use them for other purposes. So that is perfect. So thanks a lot for that tip as well. It's just it's nice to know all these small tips. It's not like we really need cattails, but it's great to know nonetheless. So for the final thing here, I want to do a bit more work in the smithy. I want to change the flooring a little bit, and perhaps also change this wall to be full blocks instead. So let's try something out in here. Alright, so I have a few blocks to work with here. First of all, let's see if we can grab this anvil back up. There we go. And the same goes for the forge. Let's place down these granite blocks. We also have 2 more ingots ready. Perfect. Like so. Place the forge back down here. Place the anvil. It definitely looks better. Let's try using some gravel in here to make it the least flammable concoction. Oops. That is not what I wanted to do. Now let's tear down the wall. If this whole building, it's still basically temporary, but I do want to make it look a little nicer for you as well. Here we go, and we can create another tool rack as well. Place that here perhaps. The hammer over here. Yeah, I like it. I think it's kind of nice. Get a bit of lighting in here as well, like so. Oh yeah, that's cool. I really like this. Alright. But I'm sorry to say, I think that will be it for this episode. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you did like the video, please do like the video and also subscribe to my channel for more videos as well. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care, guys.